as we could see, we can summarize like this. So when we think about the electron wave, which is deflected by under some Planck condition. So every pi over a for k vector, the electron wave has two types of waves are generated, and one is lower in energy, and the other is higher in the energy. This gap is called the band gap. And let's see. And original electron wave has the parabolic dependence on k, but actual the energy for under the circumstance of the lattice condition, it can give us some gap. And one of the important concepts where we need to understand the electron state is reciprocal lattice. So reciprocal lattice is introduced to understand the electron wave not in the real space, but in the frequency space. So what it means? So here the actual real space. So at each every a interval, you can find a lattice. That's why the potential or electron wave, electron density looks like this oscillation pattern, meaning the periodic pattern. So in many cases, the electron density has a periodical boundary condition due to, and then n of x equal to n of x plus a. Well, we can draw almost infinitely to this kind of the oscillation pattern. But if you change the space into the Fourier domain, meaning the x is changed to the Fourier space and a spatial frequency space, meaning that every pi over a, this is kind of mistaken, but every pi over a space over 2 pi over a space, you can have some sort of the electron density high. So this one, instead of drawing like this figure always, so every pi over a times integer, you could see the sum of the electron density, high electron density part. So that is more easy. So this lattice, and in the calculation you can draw like just a Fourier transform of this electron density, and then x equal to energy times exponential I 2 pi over ax, and is given by energy gx times exponential I gxx. And this G is called the reciprocal lattice. And this point is can be observed actually by the X-ray diffraction, and it is called a Laue pattern. And we can, in many cases, the material researchers studied how the condition of electrons. Okay. So in the last, we can easily extend this concept to 3D case, and the electron density function is given by the every three-dimensional periodicity. So n of r is equal to n of r plus pi. And then this n of r is expanded with many different the g term. So from Fourier analysis, just simply you don't have to calculate. Just now these days, computer can do that. N of r is changed to n of g. And in this space, it's more easily we can think about like in the K space. It's quite similar as K sets when you think about the mass of motion is changed to the frequency domain. And then based on this lattice position, the reciprocal lattice, we can categorize the K domain for each different electron condition. Those which is called a Brillouin zone. And energy gap is always found at half of the reciprocal lattice point, meaning that so every pi over a, and also you can find this gap at the position here, 2 times pi over a, or something like that. So this region, it's possible to electron can stay in state. This is first Brillouin zone, and then this is called the second Brillouin zone. And this could be drawn in a sense of the based on this configuration. Based on this, energy gap is always found at half of the reciprocal lattice. So half of the reciprocal lattice. Here's an example in the case of 2D crystal. Each point indicates the reciprocal lattice position. And when we think about this from the center, the nearest reciprocal lattice position is these 4 red points. And you just need to find the energy gap half of this. So for this point here, for this point here, for this point here, and for this point here. So you can find this red region in the first Brillouin zone. And to find a second Brillouin zone, you have to at first find the second nearest point, which is these, these red reciprocal lattice, and then you draw again the half plane here, here, and then inside here is the second Brillouin zone, like this. So first and the second Brillouin zone correspond to the electron, the energy state where the electron can stay. And it can be this is the simplest case, but for the real materials, for real solids, there are many different types of structures of solids. So actually, three-dimensionally, there are many different types of directions. And in solid physics, these directions has been already categorized. And for example, here, gamma position this is K equals 0 position. And then if you go into the 111 direction, which is called L, and if it's going to the 100 direction, it's called X. So in between here, there's a lambda and delta. So there are several notations for here. And if you study some of the solid materials, you've seen the bond diagram of the solid materials. And now you're ready to read the bond diagram. So as I mentioned, gamma position is gamma position equal K is negligible position. The X equal 100 direction, and this one is 111 direction. So based on this, for example, this is a silicon case, and this is germanium. And you will see this is a key feature of the bond diagram. So please check the real bond structure by the internet. Just search the bond structure of silicon or bond structure of the germanium, and you will see. So always bond structure is summarized like centered at gamma and X direction and L direction. So from 000 to 111 direction, 000 to 100 direction, and in between is called the delta or lambda. In the case of silicon, you see that basically here lower than here there's some energy position, and higher than here there's something like energy levels here. And usually people draw like here is conduction, valence band. This side is called conduction band, and this gap is called band gap. So you will see, and many chemists sometimes misunderstand that in the case of silicon, the light absorption band gap is actually just around 1 electron volt, but the light absorption itself is very weak because there's no direct excitation to this way. So it is called indirect band gap. But on the other hand, germanium, it has some at center gamma. It has the direct transition here. So it's the light absorption is strong, and which is called a direct band gap. So with that, we study how the bond structure is considered, and how the bond diagram can be understood based on the Planck diffraction of the electron waves, and extended it into the three-dimensional. And you could now read most of the bond structure